everyone, GamerJlee here, and welcome back to another video. And this is a video that I've been struggling with for the past couple of days of wanting to get out, mainly due to the fact that there's a lot to talk about, and unfortunately I'm not going to hit every perfect point. I'm not going to be able to discuss every pro or con with Halo Infinite's multiplayer beta that dropped right after the Xbox 20th anniversary celebration video. Now let's actually talk about that for a minute. It had gone on for a few days that people were speculating and assuming that during the Halo Xbox 20th anniversary special event that 343 Industries was going to be dropping Halo Infinite's free-to-play multiplayer. And for, the majority of the week, I was rejecting this idea. I said it wouldn't happen. I said it was a terrible move. And I think I had some actual pretty good legitimate reasons why it would be a bad move. See, the majority of their audience is adults. I know that they're going for the T for teen audience, but the majority of their audience is adults. This took place on a Monday morning at 10 a.m. The majority of their audience, whether it's adults or teenagers, are at work or school. And even though that this is the celebration of the 20th anniversary of Xbox, no one is going to risk something that isn't concrete. So no one's going to call into work to get time off for something that isn't going to for sure happen. And what was for sure going to happen was Halo Infinite is supposed to drop December 8th. But instead, what we got at the end of the live stream or premiere video, whichever you want to say, was an announcement from 343 Industries' own Joe Staten saying this.
To everyone who played in the recent multiplayer flights, your passion and feedback and spectacular gameplay clips inspired all of us as we made the final push to get Halo Infinite ready for launch. As a thank you and to celebrate our 20th anniversary, we wanted to do something special. So let me hand the mic to Tom French, Creative Director for Halo Infinite Multiplayer. Tom?
Thank you, Joseph. On behalf of the entire Halo team, it's my honor and privilege to announce that your Spartan journey begins today. Right now, you can download and start playing Season 1 of Halo Infinite's free-to-play multiplayer beta on Xbox One, Series S, X, and PC.
Yeah, we got the shadow drop of Halo Infinite's free-to-play multiplayer beta, quote unquote. Now this is a beta and also a full launch, and a lot of people seem to be very confused about what this really is. So let me go ahead and explain to you the best I can. First of all, let me explain the beta part. The beta part is that they're testing for stability and performance when it comes to the actual game and the stability of their servers. That's the beta part that they're mostly explaining. When it comes to the actual release though, this is supposedly the full launch content for Halo Infinite's multiplayer altogether. Now, how do I know that? Well, it came from 343's own lips and their own blog, but I'll explain that real quickly. First of all, you had Tom French say this during the Xbox Celebration segment.
This is the kickoff of our season, and you'll have access to all the maps, core modes, academy features, and the full battle pass to unlock. And your progression will carry over when we officially release the game on December 8th.
Then you had this in the actual 343 blog that they followed up with the release of Halo Infinite's multiplayer beta. Why is this release a beta? Our previous multiplayer technical previews went a long way to battle test our services and infrastructure. But as we prepare for a significant increase in number of players jumping in Halo Infinite on launch day, we want to ensure all of our systems are good to go. While you may experience some bumps and bugs during this beta period, it does mark the official start of Halo Infinite Season 1 with all Day 1 maps and modes enabled, as well as the full Season 1 Battle Pass. Now, anyone who is someone who reports Halo Infinite news or Halo news in general can tell you is that 343 Industries is very particular with their phrasing. They're very careful about their phrasing. And one thing I can tell you is that this seems to be the full launch content. Now, if December 8th rolls around and I'm completely wrong and they launch a bunch of other modes and so on and so forth, that will be great. And supposedly some people have dug into the files and have found more modes that are hidden in the actual files of Halo Infinite's beta. But at the same time, this could be a situation like what happened with Halo 5 Guardians. For those of you who never played Halo 5 Guardians launched with a lack of content. It launched with a lack of maps. A lot of the maps were duplicates of other maps. I actually did a video comparing this way back in the past whenever I finally spoke up about my feelings about Halo 5 Guardians, and very much a lack of modes that were just strictly focused around competitive. And to be completely honest, if these are the launch modes that we are getting for Halo Infinite's multiplayer, these modes are extremely lacking when it comes to variety and fun. It seems to be strictly focused around competitive matchmaking, whether that's Slayer or CTF or Strongholds or Oddball or King of the Hill. Wait, King of the Hill isn't even there. It's basically territories. Now, there are people that have dug into the files, like I said, that have found supposed other files, including a zombies mode, assault, including SWAT that supposedly has changed its name to tactical. But at the same time, this is all speculation. This is all something that could or could not happen on December 8th. We'll just have to wait and see. I have been playing this now for about 12 hours or so, and I can tell you I'm still having a blast with my friends, but that's with my friends. Playing matchmaking by myself doesn't interest me at all. Playing big team battle with a bunch of my viewers and my friends does interest me, because big team battle is probably the funnest thing on this entire beta. This mode is actually a blast, but it's nothing new. There's no special gimmick. There's no new feature or anything besides an increased player base and drops coming in randomly, even though they're near both bases, so they're technically the respawn points. It's extremely blasé compared to what they could have done. But maybe, just maybe, 343 is just afraid to take risks. I mean, every time that they've introduced a new game mode, a new feature, there's been tons of community backlash on both sides of the community. The problem is that either it's poor execution on their part or it doesn't fit the core feel of Halo. There is a lot lacking here, and this is why this is an extremely frustrating part of this video to record, because that was the biggest criticism of Halo 5 Guardians: a lack of content, a lack of modes, a lack of variety. And it seems to be the same problem, except now it's basically being hidden under the veil of, well, we're a free to play game. Well, we're in beta. What is the truth? Did you learn your lesson from Halo 5 Guardians, or did you not? Because for me, it sure as hell seems like you haven't. It seems like same mistake, different game. If this is the true launch amount of modes and maps, it's extremely underwhelming. It's extremely lackluster. Maps, it's average. 10 maps to 11 maps is the average for most Halo games at launch. That I can get past. The problem is with the maps is a lot of them are very similar in the art style, in the layout, and everything else. There's no variety. There's no Covenant-esque missions. There's a little bit of Halo, world, but it's the same grassy kind of feel area. Why couldn't we have had like a desert map? Why couldn't we have had something that is out in the Arctic? Why couldn't we have had a snow map? Why couldn't we have had something on a banished ship? Where is the variety? Where is what made unique Halo maps? I'm not seeing it. The next thing that I have a major issue with this whole game is the lack of customization. I know that this was coming. I know that this was going to be a sore subject, because the one thing I was hoping for, the one thing that I was praying that they would actually get right, was the variety of customization. I remember the quote, "We will have a reach level variety of customization." Well, you definitely do in the amount of things you can attach or change or something along those lines. But guess where you're lacking? With the actual customization that you can get. Now, they did just put out a quote by Unisec at the time of recording that they will be changing up how the progression goes when it comes to the battle pass. They're going to be making it easier. They're going to be finding ways to fine tune the challenges so you can more easily progress throughout the battle pass. But here is the problem. The only ways you can really gain new aesthetics is either by the store or by doing the battle pass. Earning stuff outside of doing these things is a non-factor. The only item you can unlock by not doing the battle pass stuff or not by doing the store options is by going into the game and completing all weekly challenges and getting one item one item in a week, and it's a visor. Great. How about some more options? How about some challenges where we can get free items? This is extremely lacking, and I know it's a beta, but here's the problem. This is their launch content. It's so confusing with their wording. Their wording implies it's a beta, meaning there's a chance on December 8th that it might open up, that there might be more variety, that there might be more content. But at the same time, when you look at what's there, it's extremely tied to a battle pass or a store. I was extremely hoping that when this came out, it'd be a three-way even split between earning customization through challenges, earning it through the battle pass, and a little bit of the shop. It would be an even split. I gotta understand that they gotta make money on this. It's understandable. It's a free-to-play game. But my God, the prices, ladies and gentlemen, the prices for some of these items are absolutely fucking ridiculous. And this doesn't even get into the actual options and the lack of options when it comes to some of the pre-built stuff, some of the armor kits. You cannot adjust these. These are pre-assembled, predetermined, basically fixture armors. And let's actually get into the big problem with this, and something that I was afraid of, something that I was concerned about whenever we come to the game, and that is the actual armor coatings. The armor coatings themselves look cool, but there is a lack of variety. And that was the one thing everyone said to me whenever I made my videos. Don't worry about armor coatings, bro. There'll be a variety, bro. My ass, my freaking fat ass, I do, because my God, they're lacking. It is the bare fucking minimum. It is the bare minimum right now. Will there be more launch? I don't know. I really hope so, because one thing that they spoke about multiple times in blog posts, in videos, individuality of your character, of your Spartan. We want you to be able to express yourself. Well, we only want you to express yourself if you can afford it. The customization is even worse than I thought it was going to be, and people's concerns were validated. People's concerns in the customization, in the armor coatings, and everything else have been extremely validated by this. And I really hope December 8th rolls around and maybe we see an insane increase amount of options of unlocking. Maybe something Apex like, where you have an option to unlock things through the game using an in-game currency that you earn, not by just grinding through a battle pass. I get it doesn't expire, that's a pro, but at the same time, give us some variety, give us some items to unlock in the actual goddamn game. I don't want everything to be tied to just the battle pass. I want to see a variety of Spartans. I want to see a variety of colors. I'm not seeing that, Chief. I'm not seeing a variety. I'm seeing the same fucking Spartan with the same fucking armor pieces and a little bit of a different color that's pretty fucking basic. But since I alluded to it, let me actually talk about the battle pass. The battle pass has some pretty cool items on it. The battle pass is a extreme fucking grind. And one thing I will say is I don't understand why people are buying to level up their battle pass. It never expires. Why waste hundreds of dollars on boosting your battle pass when you could just slowly get through it, get to the next battle pass? But everyone wants to be unique and they want to be the first to get every item in the game, where me, I'm looking at this, I don't have to rush to get all my weeklies done. I don't have to rush to get my dailies done. I can just play the game at my own pace. That's great. But the problem is that I'm literally seeing time after time people just burning through the battle pass, and I'm sitting there with a puzzled look on my face thinking, why spend $200 to upgrade your battle pass from level 1 to 100? Because every level costs $2 all the way up. So $200 to get to level 100 of the battle pass and get all the items on a battle pass that doesn't expire. But when it comes to the customization in the battle pass, there's just no point. It's a waste of money. Just do your challenges. Don't freak out about it. Just enjoy it while you can, because right now there is a lack. Let's actually talk about the multiplayer. Let's actually talk about what there is to play in this game. And what there is to play is very basic. You have literally 4 playlist options: bot boot camp, quick play, Big Team Battle and Ranked. There is no individual playlist in this game at the moment besides these 4, and that is extremely disappointing. There's no SWAT, there's no just singles objectives, there's no individual Slayer playlist. So you basically have to play Russian roulette if you want to play a Slayer match or an objective match. You have to get lucky in quick play. Now, maybe once the beta supposedly is over, maybe we'll get individual playlists, but at the time being, it's extremely limited. What's there is extremely repetitive, and it's going to get old fast. Right now, everyone's having fun, everyone's having a good time, but I see that honeymoon phase burning away relatively quickly if 343 doesn't get more variety out there. Big Team Battle is a blast, no doubt about it, but like I said earlier in this video, there's nothing unique about it. There's an increased player base, there's drops that drop randomly around the map, and respawn points that don't feel inconvenienced by just it appearing magically. It drops out of the sky in a drop pod. Cool, that's awesome, but there's nothing unique about it. It's Big Team Battle 2.0, but the 2.0 is very simplistic and very minimal. Actually, while I'm on the topic of Big Team Battle, let's talk about the vehicle physics, because the actual handling of the vehicles is fine. The actual driving of the vehicles is fine. It's the physics that are the problem. You take the slightest bump on the slightest little hill or rock or anything, and your vehicle, no matter what it is, unless it is a ghost, is going to tumble and fall and basically bounce all over the place and inject everyone who is in the vehicle entirely out. Then you have ranked arenas, which is where I've spent the majority of my time in this, and I will say the competitive side is extremely well balanced. The competitive side is extremely fun, and it is probably the best part about this if you want a strong competitive experience where you learn callouts and you learn positioning and you learn how to play the game to a higher level. But beyond that, it is again just ranked arenas. It's basically ranked quick play, because all the same game modes that are in quick play are in ranked, but with a competitive twist on it. I've gone over the competitive settings. I think they're very good. I think they're very well balanced, and I think that it's going to make Halo esports fun. But here's the problem: the base game is not fun. It's a fun experience for the time being until that honeymoon phase runs out, and then what are we going to be stuck with? Basically Halo 5.5. And I'm not saying that from a gameplay aspect. It doesn't play like Halo 5. I know that there's a few content creators out there that say it's Halo 5.5. It plays exactly like Halo 5. No, it doesn't. Yes, it has sprint. We've had sprint since 2010. Yes, it has, equipment that are kind of like the abilities that you would have in Halo 5 Guardians, but they're extremely limited in the amount that you can use, and you have to pick them up. It's equipment combined with new items, new individual ways to play the game, and it's not bad. There are some skill jumps to be had throughout these maps, because these maps are a little bit more vertical. There's a lot more verticality to them than we've seen from previous Halo games. I will say that there is a chance for this game to be successful. There is a chance for the Halo Infinite multiplayer to be successful, but again, I don't want to see it hide behind the idea of we're a free-to-play game, because the point of free-to-play is there's no barrier to entry. That's the key idea behind free to play. Anyone can play it, anyone can join in, anyone can be a part of this game, but there's a lack of content, and that's what we see too often from some of these free to play games. Is they come out bare bones and then hope that they get started with actual development. This game's been in development for 6 years. I want to see this fleshed out. I want to see this to be a Halo game that's free to play, that again has microtransactions, again has a battle pass. I can understand that, but I want the variety. I want the variety of armor pieces. I want the variety of game modes. I want the variety of customization. I want the variety, and I don't mind if you want to open it up, but don't be fake. Don't lie to me and say, oh, we're free to play because we want open entry, whenever you just put out a basic free to play game like every other company that does these kind of things. I was expecting better, because I thought the technical previews went well. I thought that there was a great baseline there. I hope on December 8th, we get a much more broad increase of content. I hope we get a much bigger variety of modes. Again, like I said, there is speculation and rumor that people have found some of these other game modes in the files, and there will be other game modes on December 8th. But when their wording is, this is the launch content, these are the launch maps, these are the launch modes, red flag pops up in my mind saying, oh, it's going to be a rough 3 months while we wait for season 1 to wrap up and we get into season 2 of Halo Infinite. Those are just my initial thoughts of Halo Infinite. I know that this video is going to again be mixed bag of positive and negative feedback, and I would love to hear all of it. Let me know down in the comment section down below. And if you guys like this video, go ahead and leave a like on it. If you dislike it, and if the dislike button is still there, I haven't noticed mine disappear yet, go ahead and hit that dislike button. Go ahead, for old time's sake, do it now if you dislike this video, you filthy animal. But that's going to do it for today, guys. So thank you all for watching, and as always, GamerJlee signing out. Frag out!